Let's talk about life as an international student in Mauritius. First things first, Mauritius is an island. Secondly, it's a tourist destination. What does that mean? It means that the cost of living here is expensive. Things are very expensive. A lot of things are expensive. And also to import stuff here, it's very expensive. That's what you need to understand, that it is expensive and your stipend will not be enough. The stipend is not enough to cover everything that you would want. It's enough to cover your accommodation, your basic needs, but you should not entirely depend on your stipend because it will not be sustainable, which is why a lot of international students find part-time jobs. You can find a part-time job maybe in a restaurant or hotels. I'm not sure about hotels, but I think you can find something. Just that a lot of students here, they work in restaurants, so you can work part-time in a restaurant so that you can earn extra money and be able to take care of yourself. In terms of transport, we use buses. We use buses a lot, and as a student who is on the mass scholarship, you will get a bus pass. The bus pass allows you to ride the bus for free to go to your university. It's only free when you are coming from your place to go to the university. If you are going to roam around the island, you are going to have to pay for the transport. But if you use your card, maybe you are going to a different location than your university, you can use your card and get a discount on your transport fare. And then taxis are expensive. You can book a taxi, but they're very expensive. Like I said, it's a tourist destination, so prices are always hiked up. And you should be careful most of the time when you speak English and you don't speak the local language. They know that you are a foreigner, so they're likely going to hike prices. It's important to know your taxi fares. In the mall, like the big malls, there are some prices that are listed for taxis that shows if you are from this location, if you are from the mall to this location, or this location to this location, this is how much you should pay for the taxi. But you can always take the bus. There are lots of buses around. You can always take a bus and use your bus pass. And then in terms of traveling, unfortunately it's an island, like I said, so for you to travel, you need to get a flight to go out of Mauritius. It's not like in our countries where you can take a bus, maybe take a bus from Gaborone and go to Johannesburg. That is not the case here. You need flight. You have to take a flight to get out of Mauritius, and flights are very expensive. So if you don't have the financial means, you are likely going to be stuck here. You will not be able to travel to other countries because if you are on the scholarship, you only get a flight to come to start your studies, and then at the end of your studies. In between, any time you travel, any travel that you make, it's completely up to you. It's your own expense. So there's not a lot of travel if you don't have money. You just be here locally. Food, you are likely not going to find food from your country here because the food is quite different. For example, if you are from Botswana, you will not find bohobe here. Nobody's selling bohobe. Even in supermarket, you will not find the palechi, the bohobe. You might find maize meal, white maize meal, but not a lot of times. A lot of time you find that there's nothing really that is familiar. So you have to adapt to the local cuisine. There are some nice foods that you can adapt to. Like, for example, I adapted to eating noodles, boiled noodles. Sometimes I eat fried noodles. There's fried rice. There's roti. Eventually, you adapt. You get used to the food. But at the beginning, it might be difficult for you. If you can bring some food from home, so that while you adapt, you can still eat food from home. But it's important to understand that you are likely not going to find familiar food here. And then lastly, it's a beautiful island. even though it's expensive, even though you cannot travel unless you take a flight, it's still a beautiful island. You can travel within the island. You can travel within Mauritius. Like, for example, if you live in Port Louis, you can travel to the north and go see Grand Bay. It's a nice place. It's a tourist attraction place. You can go to Belmar. You can go to Flick and Flag. There are some different places that you can explore other than where you live. Like, for example, especially if you're going to live in Port Louis and surrounding areas, there is nothing much there. There is no beach. Like, Port Louis, it's a business area. People just come to work, to do business. There is not a lot of things to do in Port Louis. If you want to explore, then you have to go to these other towns that are outside of Port Louis. And also, there is no beach in Port Louis. Like I said, you have to go to other areas that have a beach. For nightlife, if you like nightlife, I don't really do nightlife, but you can go to Grand Bay. There are some nice places there with live music that you can visit. You can go to Tamarin. You can go to Flick and Fleck. So there are some areas that you can explore within the island. You should not be discouraged just because it's expensive and also you cannot travel. You should not be discouraged to come. You just have to find a job to get extra money if you don't have money. And then you just have to travel within the island and explore the island. So basically, that is how life is as an international